Ellen, thank you. Well, many of you know I have a personal connection to Cape Fear pilots, the men and women who go out into the ocean to greet ships, then board them and bring them up the Cape Fear River. My brother is a pilot, and that's why I'm so happy to talk about the 100th anniversary of the pilots. And I have Liz Fuller, the Vice President of the Southport Historical Society, here to tell us all about a very special event this weekend. Hi, Liz. Thanks for taking some time to talk with us today.
Hi, Randy. It's great to be here.
So I want to get to the Saturday event in just a moment, but first I want to ask you, what exactly are the Lost Pilots of Smithville?
Well, Randy, as you know, river pilots have always been essential to Southport and to Wilmington. In fact, the pilots were here before the town even was. They enabled the ships to navigate the Cape Fear and to bring cargoes in and out of Wilmington. And of course, during the Civil War, they were the blockade runners that dodged the Union ships and brought supplies to the Confederate Army. So in many ways, they were the town's best and brightest. And so it was particularly tragic in the 1870s when there were two terrible storms and 10 river pilots were lost at sea. It was a huge blow to Smithville and to Wilmington. And so in their grief, the citizens erected a monument to commemorate those pilots and their sacrifice.
So the monument you're talking about in the old Smithville burying ground, I've seen it my whole life, and I'm sure many people have. It's very obvious when you pass by there, but I bet most people don't realize what it is. Back then, how on earth did they ever get enough money to build such a thing like that?
Well, Southport, it was called Smithville back then. It was built around a military fort, and the commander there decided to host some fundraisers, just like we do today. And he had musical entertainment and skits. He had several nights of entertainment, and he encouraged people from Wilmington to come down and the people of Smithville and to donate their money. And he said it was important that they do this because that they build this monument so that those who live after us may find the virtues and the gallant deeds of their ancestors carved in the imperishable stone. And Randy, it just gives me goosebumps because I think about the people in 1879 when they built that monument. They were thinking ahead to us, and when we look at the monument, we're thinking back to them. And so we're just sort of touching hands across time through this monument.
And we're showing some video right now of people cleaning that monument, keeping it looking great. I know that's a full-time job for a lot of people. This year, though, is special to the pilots, and it's a big one. Can you tell us why?
Well, 2021 is the 100th anniversary of the Wilmington-Cape Fear Pilots Association. So the Southport Historical Society wanted to do something special to commemorate that event. So we decided to have the monument professionally cleaned to help preserve it for the future. So we asked Carved in Stone Cemetery Preservation Services to come down from the Outer Banks and to professionally clean it.
So you're going to celebrate all of this on Saturday. A lot happening. Can you tell me about that?
Well, the ceremony is free. It's open to the public. Everyone's invited to attend. It's going to be on the Garrison lawn along the banks of the beautiful Cape Fear River. It's a lovely setting, and it's also the same setting where those fundraisers were happened in 1879, so it's an historically fitting ceremony place. It's we're inviting everybody, and in addition, we're inviting everyone associated with the Pilots Association. We've invited descendants of the lost pilots to the ceremony. Tommy Harrelson, who's one of the great-grandsons of a lost pilot, is going to say a prayer. Cindy Sellers is a soloist. She's going to sing Peace Be Still. It's the same hymn that was sung in 1879 at that original ceremony. And then we're also going to honor all the members of the past and the present Wilmington-Cape Fear Pilots Association as they celebrate their 100th anniversary. And then at the end of the ceremony, we're all going to walk together over to the burying ground, and Cindy's going to sing another song, and the pilots are going to lay a wreath at the base of the monument.
I think that sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for talking with us. I know it's going to be a great ceremony. Again, that event is this Saturday. Here's what you need to know. The ceremony of remembrance for the lost pilots of Smithville and the 100th anniversary of the Wilmington-Cape Fear Pilots Association is Saturday at 4 p.m. on the Garrison lawn in Southport. It will be followed by a wreath-laying ceremony at the old Smithville burying ground. The event is free. More information is at wwaytv3.com.